What's up? So we're gonna do, hold on. All right, so today's training is gonna be, do some legs. Yesterday got news from the doc, looked at some x-rays that look like this. Shit. Not fucking great. That's a real shit looking knee. So we're gonna move toward full knee replacement surgery. So I don't know when yet, but sooner than later. So probably early 2019 will be the goal as soon as my schedule opens up enough to do that and have the recovery, which doesn't seem as awful as some of the things I've already done. But today, we're gonna do a knee pump. Or not knee pump, doesn't make any sense. You can't fucking get a pump on your knee. Get the legs going and actually try to get some work done and what I'm doing in regards to, I can't really squat heavy, I can't do a lot of things, but what I'm doing to still make that quad work. So I'm gonna show some of that, right? So what do you do when your shit's fucked up and you can't squat heavy, but you still need to work on your muscles because you're hurt, injury, post-surgery, those type of things? Here's what you do. Let's go.
Bunches and bunches, punches is thrown into your frontlets. Oodles and noodles, bang bullets at suckers' noodles. Last album voodoo, proved that we was fucking brutal. I'm talking crazy, half past the clock is cuckoo. You rappers doodle, baby shit, just basic boo-boo. I'm talking doodle, massive moves on my money buku. My beats is banging, fuck what you rapping, who produced you? I slap the slap, take what you got and run the juice you. USC Blitzy, furry frightened and freaking sickly. A little flicky, dick on display for with the swing.
Those are two things I basically do if I gotta do something for the leg and the leg feels really shitty. Is I do occluded TKEs and occluded leg extensions with a 10-pound weight. I feel like a real badass doing them too, so. Cool, on to the next.
Smoke like we're fucking magicians. I probably smell like a pound when they put me in a coffin.
Not terribly exciting, and that's not really the work I like sharing, right? Is this rehab still protocol 2 years later. But I gotta still do what's gotta be done. And still going into this surgery like the previous ones, range of motion, strength, those are all important. And while I don't have a surgery date yet, it's more time to get better. It's more time to make progress and be as ready for that as I can be. For those who are gonna ask about the total knee replacement, so getting up to this point, like I've done everything. I've done stem cells, we've done PRP, I've done tons of soft tissue work and different things. I've taken any and all supplements I can think of as far as CBD or everything, but if you look at that x-ray again, here, you can see how fucked that knee looks. Like there's no cartilage, it's bone on bone, there's bone spurs. You can see on the medial side of my femur where that black dot is, that's pretty sizable. That's the old Oates procedure I did that didn't survive basically, and so there's a hole in my knee there, which that's where the stabbing wound feels in my knee all the time. You see the screws in the bottom half, and you can also see stress fracture. So shit's fucked up. And while coming out of total knee replacement, like there's gonna be some major changes, right? And that's the big thing is like, well, you're not gonna be able to lift heavy. Like, well, I don't get to do that now. Like I'm already at such a reduced amount of ability that this, if I get to start and get a starting point that's out of pain and I get normal function. And by normal function, I mean, let me walk around without pain and not have to like look at distances. Like I'm not physically fucking capable right now of being out of pain and being a mall walker. Like that's not a thing I could be good at. I can't do well. Like I have to question those type of distances. Like most of the time if I leave the house, like I really have to consider how much walking I'm gonna do because I know how fucked up I am at the end of the day by the time I get home for this. So it's even more of a struggle for me to make the decision to do this rehab work because I'm gonna pay for it. I'm always gonna pay for it. And how much I pay for it varies. But the fucking work's gotta be done. Sitting around doing nothing isn't solving my problem. I've done that. I've laid off and done nothing and really done nothing for a considerable amount of time, and the knee didn't get any better. I've done what I wanted to do and just try to deal with it, and it ebbs and flows and doesn't hurt for any reason. Like right now I can't pedal my bike well, and like that's fucking out. That's a thing that I need to be able to do. Heavy lifting and training back how I used to train, like I'll deal with whatever that means the further we go, but I gotta get out of pain because it's fucking eating me alive. I'm a pretty positive guy. I keep a pretty good head and pretty good perspective on things, and I know how I want to feel, and so I typically try to respond and be that. But that doesn't change that I'm in fucking pain, and at the end of the day, like I have a breaking point, man, and it happens every day. There's a time where I'm done, and I'm just fucking done, and like I'm not nice anymore, and I'm not good. I'm a shit husband. I'm all those things that are fucking bad, and it's because of pain. So I have to get out of that. That is priority fucking number one, so I don't blow my fucking brains out. And I don't mean that subjectively, I just mean I won't continue to live like this. I just can't. It'll fucking destroy everything I'm about. So, action. Am I scared that surgery number 8 isn't an improvement over the previous 7? Yeah. Super fucking scared of that. But I still hold the mentality that I could fucking walk out tomorrow and get hit by a fucking bus, right? And I could do that in a year, I could do it in 5 years, and I can do it in 10. So I'm not fucking banking on everything with this idea that wait till I'm 40 or 50 to get this knee replacement. I'll just deal with it and suffer for the next 15 fucking years until I can do it. Fuck that. We fix it now, and we'll deal with that when that time gets there. I'm not giving up 15 years of out of pain for the idea of the 15 after that. I believe that medicine gets better. I believe improvements in surgery, and I will fucking take this move and go with it and fully commit to it and continue doing what I'm doing and be happier and be a better husband and be a teacher for the next 15 years and deal with that then. But I can't continue the way I am now. And so my advice is, like, if you're out there and you're dealing with chronic pain and that's something, I'm sorry. It's not cool. It's not okay. I'm super fucking sorry. I really do wish you progress in whatever that means. I know for me, the things that get me out of pain right now, I have 2 options that make me not care about it hurting. If I'm sitting in my hot tub, I don't feel it. Cool. If I'm sitting in my cold tub, I don't feel it. But as soon as I'm out, or 10 minutes later, it's back. So I spend a bunch of time in there because at least I get a fucking break. Percocets and Vicodin, Oxycontin. Those take it away. My knee doesn't hurt. But I don't like me on those things. I know what a slippery slope that is, and while I don't have an addictive personality, it's not the personality side. It is a fucking chemical addiction that'll happen. And even me not having problems with it, I got to a point through the last couple surgeries where I felt it. Where I just felt like it was time for one and I didn't need it. That I liked the sensation of being on it because I didn't fucking care, and it shut things down. Now in my head, look, I am manic and I'm crazy and I operate at a really high speed and I operate better with some stress. And now I manage and do all that stress very well if I'm clear-headed and I can think. Opiates don't allow me to think properly, and so I have a tendency to get depressed and I go really, really dark. And I will kick the shit out of myself harder than anyone else does. And I'm sure those of you dealing with it can relate. And you can sit there and say, I fucking hate this, but the alternative is pain. And it's not ideal. The last one for me is marijuana or cannabis. And it's made a big difference. It has been a huge change in my life. This is something I didn't smoke casually growing up. I didn't smoke through college. I never got high. First time I ever really, I think I smoked pot one time in college, and then about 30 I smoked a few times. I got back into it for pain management, and it's been a fucking lifesaver for me because I can sleep. It's something that I can take and I'm not hungover and I'm not drinking and doing other things that take away pain or give a fuck for me and leave me more inflamed and damaged. So I'm gonna stick with what works, and I believe in it. However, I can't do it all day. There isn't an amount that feels right. I feel a little slower, and I don't like that. I really like the speed that I think, and I like the way my brain operates, and I like being creative, and I don't do it well in a fog. So finding an alternative and a way to moderate that has been good. And so like I know that I don't get to shut down and do that until the work's been done. So like whatever I've got to do with Hate Brand has been done. My daily errands and things have been done. My problems have been solved for the day, and I've trained. But now it's 5:30. I'll probably eat dinner in about an hour, and then I will make my way into the hot tub after dinner and smoke a little bit of a joint, and then basically be dead asleep by 9:30. And that's what I do. And man, it's so funny with the chronic pain, like what a difference it is. I wake up, I'm a morning person, so I'm up every day at 5-ish without an alarm clock, between 5 and 6. And I'm excited to get out of bed and get things going and have my cup of coffee and get on it, man. I fucking love it. I love getting to do what I do. I fucking love it. But as the pain builds throughout the day of just functioning and doing things, like it fucking steals it from me. I don't care anymore, and I just want away from it. That's not good either. So I appreciate like all the messages as far as like stem cells and things and ideas for my knee. I'm 2 years in, and I have amazing people in my corner and at my disposal, and friends and doctors. Everything has been exhausted. Believe me, the last 2 years have been avoiding knee replacement. This isn't my first option. This isn't what I want to do. But this is what I need to do now to go forward. And the decision's got to be made. And so I'm talking to a few different doctors and having some appointments and talking with other people I know now that are people that work in the industry of actually making replacement parts. And I'm going to make sure that I'm confident in what we're doing and educate myself the best way I can, and then fully commit to whatever the decision is that we're going to make. So for anyone out there fighting injuries and rehab, chronic pain, reach out. I'm happy to talk and share any of the information I have. I'm going to try to continue to share that here. I've written a bunch over the last 2 years and have worked on a book, journaling through knee rehab and injury and mindset and my perception of it and where it's all gone. Good, bad, dark. It's fucking all there. And I'm going to start again to go through this process and add it back. Because there's a point where I kind of quit journaling because things plateaued. And it's not great and they're not good. And it's tough. And the tough part with chronic pain is because you don't look like you should be in pain. Like I don't look like a guy who's supposed to have the knee that I have and the pain that I have, and not with the mindset and the way that I talk to people, and I don't piss and moan about it all the time. You deal with it, and then eventually it catches up, man. Because pissing and moaning about it doesn't change it. It just fucking eats away at you, and you just get more and more miserable as a person. Having that x-ray yesterday as clear as it did was definitely something to look at as it's proof, right? Like it's proof that this is fucked. And I've seen x-rays before, but I haven't got to take them with me. And that was a mistake that I made. But this was livid, like this is living proof that I got to look at and say, this thing's fucked up. Look at it. Like I'm not crazy. I'm not, because there's so many times with the pain that you just question that, like, someone else could deal with this. Someone else is stronger. Or you look at people that have harder problems and think that you don't deserve sympathy or pain or sympathy for yourself. And it's not true. Like, pain is not a fucking competition. Like, we all have it, and we're all dealing with it at a max level at all times. And like, anyone can deal with an amount of awfulness if there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, like, this is 2 more reps, or this is 10 weeks, or this is 2 months, or 6 months. Like, I worked in college and did 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night for 2.5 semesters. And it was fine, because there was light at the end of the tunnel, and it was for a purpose. But I don't have any light at the end of that tunnel right now. This is just how fucking life is. And I can't continue that way. So, for those of you out there dealing with chronic pain, this is what I'm doing to work on my leg without irritating the knee. This is what I have found to be best for me. And so if you're having knee issues or joint issues, figure out the workaround to still get some work done, because my knee does feel a ton better after a workout like this, because I've gotten so much blood flow into the knee, into the tissue. And you learn how to ride that line of overdoing it, because it seems like if I tap that line, I'm fine, but as soon as I cross it, like, I'm fucked for a couple days, and it's not worth that effort. So, I hope this helps. I hope the information helps. I hope it helps you guys with injuries and surgery or whatever it is you're going through. Hit me with questions or comments that you have. I will try to address all that I can. Thanks. And spread hate. Always party. Fucking keep trucking, man. We're gonna keep in the fight. Keep doing what we do. Thanks.